Concerning the Nancy Guthrie case, the 84-year-old mother of Today's Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie has been missing since late January, and authorities believe she was taken against her will from her home in Tucson, Arizona. This is an ongoing investigation, so I'll stick to what's been publicly reported. Let's break down the latest developments. First, the big news. The FBI recently released surveillance images and video from a doorbell camera at Nancy Guthrie's home. FBI Director Kash Patel posted these on X, describing them as previously inaccessible footage showing an armed individual who appeared to tamper with the camera around the time of her disappearance.
We were able to execute lawful searches and go to these private sector companies and expedite results, and then go into their systems and actually excavate material that people would think would normally be deleted and no one would look for. Thanks to this brilliant partnership, we were able to get it out, sharpen it with our technical capabilities at the FBI, and put it out to the world.
A man was detained for questioning shortly after the footage release, reportedly based on resemblance or other factors, but he was released without charges. He spoke out, denying any involvement and saying he wants to clear his name. No suspects have been publicly identified, and the search continues with tips flooding in. Over 4,000 calls in one recent 24-hour period alone. Commentators have weighed in with different perspectives on what this could mean. Here's Dan Bongino discussing some alternate scenarios as to why this case has gone unresolved for so long and what this might indicate for cases like this.
So what's going on right now? I see three possibilities, Sean, and I'm not going to weight them. These are three possibilities. If you apply Occam's razor, I see could apply. The first would be, obviously, it's a kidnapping. That was an intended kidnapping for a ransom payment. That would be the first possibility. Again, I'm not weighting any of them. The second possibility would be this was just a crime that went awry. Someone was at the house, maybe it was a burglary, maybe something went bad, and that you've got some bad actors committing another crime unrelated. In other words, requesting a ransom for something you didn't do just to take advantage of a situation like this. The third possibility, again, this is and this is where I think you have to kind of think outside of the box, is especially given some of the messaging that we've seen lately, is the possibility that there may have been some kind of maybe a medical emergency or something, and maybe this was not a kidnapping. And I say that only because, and again, I'm not weighting these possibilities. We're just, when you can't find someone in a crime scene like this right away within the first couple of days, you either have really good surgical type operators, or the story you've been told or you may have believed may not be the story. I mean, think about it. What are the possibilities that there's no LPR trips, license plate readers, that SOMEX scrubs, social media exploitation turned up nothing, that cast analysis, cell phone analysis, that there's other tools I don't want to really talk about, but I promise they're there. You know, we've used them in cases, that none of this stuff was tripped after the Bureau came in and applied all their assets. It's just, it seems really strange.
Let me quote veteran FBI Special Agent Lance Lysing of Arizona, and he said the notes to the media outlets, you know, that part of the investigation now he believes is come and gone. And then he said, in legitimate ransom cases, kidnappers move fast. They establish leverage quickly. Communication begins within hours, not days, of an abduction. Proof of life is produced early and often. This case has not followed the history of a typical kidnapping at all. What does that tell you?
Well, there's two conflicting points on this. One, as I told you before, with this relatively, what appears to be sterile crime scene, you would have these incredibly skilled, and I don't mean that, of course, in a qualitatively good way, but they have these criminal skill sets that they were able to not leave a trace of DNA, a footprint, a fingerprint, a tire print. Again, they didn't trip a license plate reader, managed to turn off any cell phone type of activity, and then you forget the medication. It just, again, it doesn't seem like that's particularly well thought out. How are you going to go out and get the medication afterwards? It's not that easy to go pop in a Walgreens when you know everybody on planet Earth is looking for someone. I mean, it just seems like a lot of conflicting information, and that's why I say I'm not weighting any of those stories, but clearly at this point, I think we have to consider everything outside the box, because whatever's inside the box is not really panning out right now.
Now, shifting to my personal take, this is just my opinion, not a fact or something confirmed by any official source. As I've mentioned in a past video, I suspect this may not have been intended as a traditional random kidnapping. It feels more like a message being sent, possibly tied to family members' connections with powerful or influential people. Again, that's speculation on my part. We don't have evidence confirming motives, and the investigation is what matters. It's important to explore all possibilities, assuming the kidnapping scenario and ruling everything else out could be the reason this case goes unresolved. Is the guy in the video cam footage a decoy, a distraction, the lookout, or something more nefarious, a possible cleaner? If you have any information, contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or tips.fbi.gov or the Pima County Sheriff's tip line. Our thoughts are with the Guthrie family during this tough time. Like and subscribe if you're following updates, and I'll be back with more as credible info comes out. Stay safe out there, and join me as we continue to pray for the safe return of Nancy Guthrie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.